Tip is underway. Curry wins it back to Peyton Willis. We just talked about back in the maroon and gold, and we are underway. It's Elijah Stevens. Spent 3 seasons at Lafayette. Here's Eric Curry down low.
Nice ball movement by the Gophers trying to find an open look.
9 to go on the shot clock. Curry backing down in the paint. There's Willis with the floater, and he'll get it with a chance at 3.
I really like the patience the Gophers showed there on their opening possession. They used the shot clock, they passed the ball around, and they waited until they found an open look. All that ball movement draws double teams, and that creates openings for veteran players like Willis to make that cut to the basket and take the easy jumper.
And Willis gets the first points tonight, knocks down the 3-point play.
And the assist there goes to Eric Curry. So a couple guys with some experience in maroon and gold teaming up for that first basket.
Caden Hoffman, top of the key, Willis on him. Marcus Skeet, number 23 in blue, the leading point getter last season for the Golden Bears.
Yeah, he's someone to watch in that top corner.
Ormiston tries a 3 from deep, no good. Willis the board.
Gophers did a nice job changing their pace there. Willis pushed it up court, but now they're slowing it down to get something set up.
Jamison Battle in the corner for 3, and that rattles out. Skeet the board.
And Skeet, we talked to the staff for Concordia St. Paul ahead of this one, and they said Skeet might be the best overall player on this Golden Bears roster.
Ormiston with the pass too far out of Skeet's hands, so the Gophers their first turnover of the ball game, or create their first turnover.
Yeah, good defense by the Gophers, forces that cross-court pass and just out of the reach of Skeet, who's a little bit on the smaller end for that forward position. Listed at just 6'5", 190.
Here's Stevens driving on Skeet. He's going to settle for the jumper, and he knocks it down. 5-0, Gopher lead.
And one of the big things I'm interested to track in this game is that the Gophers aren't necessarily a big team, but they do have a pretty significant size advantage over these Golden Bears.
Lowy guarding Stensgaard. He driving with the right, and Skeet travels.
Really nice defense by Jamison Battle there. He set his feet and did not move, forces the travel.
Battle last season at George Washington, 17 points per game, 5 rebounds a game. One of the headliners that Ben Johnson got this offseason as Curry goes up, tries to get his own rebound, but Skeet gathers.
Yeah, hate to see Curry take falls like that.
Golden Bears pushing the pace. There's Ormiston to get the first bucket of the ball game.
Nice job by the freshman there, Elijah Ormiston, cutting to the basket just like Peyton Willis did on the Gophers' first possession.
Willis spin move jumper. He's got another bucket.
That's already 5 for Willis, 2 for 2 from the floor and 1 for 1 from the charity stripe. And I asked the question in the open, Johnny, about who the alpha dog offensively is going to be. It seems like it might be the point guard, number 0.
Jamison Battle's going to try another one from long distance, and he connects.
Missed on the first one from the corner, doesn't miss on that one. Jamison Battle pays off the faith from Willis there.
Willis guarding Caden Hoffman, the junior from Scottsdale. Now Skeet's going to try the jumper. Another one clanks out.
Gophers did a nice job there, not being drawn out of position in their defense despite the ball movement, as Curry gets his own rebound but can't put it in on the second attempt.
Stensgaard now working, driving with the right. He'll go off the glass and in. So 10-4 early lead for the Gophers.
And looks like already 3 players waiting to enter for the Golden Bears, among them number 32, Matt Johns.
Curry fights for the board. He rips it out of Ormiston's hands. He's looking for Willis. Stevens went up with it. Now Willis is going to try from the corner.
Looked like some miscommunication for the Gophers there. Really hard-fought board by Eric Curry, but looked like two of his teammates thought that they were the intended recipient of that cross-court pass.
Skeet now working on Battle, but it's an offensive foul on Marcus Skeet.
Again, Jamison Battle holds his ground, and the first time he drew a travel, this time he draws a charge. So it's at the same level of competition. Getting these relationships going, I think, is really good for the program.
Charlie Daniels checking into the game for the Gophers for Eric Curry. He is at the 5. As Lowy driving, he picks up a foul.
Yeah, Daniels, a late addition to this Gophers roster. Excited to see what he brings in the post.
Willis with 5 points so far. Here's Stevens on the wing trying for 3, and he gets his first points.
So add a second assist now to Peyton Willis's total as well.
Everson working, he kicks it to the corner. Here's Johns driving with the right, connects off the glass.
And Johns can do that when you put the ball in his hands. Yes, he's 6'8". Yes, he plays down low, but the Australian's background was as a point guard, and he plays like that.
Charlie Daniels with the offensive rebound with a jump ball. We'll go back to Concordia St. Paul. We were talking before the game, Eli. Matt Johns, one of the better Golden Bears players, and he had a big haircut that he cut off before the game tonight. Not today, but.
Yeah, I was trying to recognize him in the photo. His hair's pulled back into a ponytail, and as you can see, he's shaved his head. He has the ball now, loses it to Daniels.
Stevens on the fast break, he'll slow it back down.
Sean Sutherland, another Gopher who's entered this one. After those 3 guards we saw in Willis, Lowy, and Stevens, he's probably the 4th at the moment.
Stevens tries another triple. That one won't go. Now Hoffman working on Stevens. Looking for Sunday John in the paint. Miscommunication there. Gopher basketball.
Matt Johns with the swat, and looked like he wanted to make sure he didn't hurt anybody with that one as the ball went into the seats.
Johns right now leads Concordia with 4 points.
Yeah, come off the bench and brought a little spark to the offense for Concordia. Is half their points right now.
Battle finds Daniels top of the key. Now Sutherland on the wing. 7 to go on the shot clock. Backing down 2 defenders. Willis in the corner and gets it to go.
And Johnny, what did I say? There is no iron team. Sean Sutherland realized he was double teamed, knew that meant that somebody else has to be wide open. Finds a shooter at the top of the screen. He makes it.
Now Stensgaard answers right back with a triple of his own. Lead cut back to 8.
Dangerous passes for the Gophers. They're not afraid to seem like they're testing the limits of what they can get away with.
Willis finds Battle on the wing. He's going to the rim with the left, but picks up the foul. Draws the foul, excuse me.
Draws a foul and goes to the line, but I really like seeing Daniels rushing in for the board there. That's a good sign for the Gophers because sometimes you won't get those calls.
Battle from Robbinsdale, Minnesota. Spent the last 2 seasons at George Washington before transferring.
And he's one of the newcomers that, even though he's younger eligibility-wise, he's only a sophomore, he does bring a lot of on-court experience. That's one of the reasons why he's in the starting lineup for the Gophers.
So Battle connects on both, lead back up to 10.
Ooh, and we have our first look at one of the freshmen for the Gophers. Trayton Thompson, number 42, all 6'11", 190 of him. And he's defending at the top of the key.
Local player from Glenwood, Minnesota.
Excited to see what he can do as a perimeter shooter. He's got the length to go over block attempts.
John attempts the three. That one's way off.
Just was saying with Thompson, he has this length and he has this ability to make threes, and he doesn't necessarily have the strength to stand up down low, so it's curious to see if they use him on the perimeter.
Yeah, and we'll see, Eli, how long do you think it's going to take, obviously, for this Gopher team to find some continuity across both sides of the ball? I mean, just so many new faces.
Yeah, I mean, everybody who's on this roster and playing tonight wasn't on the team last year. New coaching staff. I mean, there's not a lot of carryover, and so I think it's really important to have exhibition games like this to iron out those details against live competition. Sutherland's being basically triple teamed there.
Isaiah Enan injured, one familiar face for Gopher fans, along with obviously Eric Curry, Peyton Willis.
Curry's dealt with obviously a lot of injuries in his career, didn't get to play last season, and so we're likely to see a lot of rotation down there at that forward/center position. And another turnover forced by the Gophers. They've already forced 5 while only committing 2. That's going to be a recipe for success.
Thompson will inbound. 12:09 to go in the first half. Willis right now shooting 3 for 4, 8 points, leading both teams.
And I'd like to see Willis being vocal on the court, signaling to E.J. Stevens where he wants him to go. It clears the lane for that Sutherland layup attempt. Six wins in 4 seasons as head coach.
Madsen will inbound. Stensgaard now working. He kicks it to the corner for Everson. That clinks off the rim, but offensive board.
Stensgaard has been all over the place for the Golden Bears. Every time they need a rebound, he's there to come up with it, it seems like.
Now Everson working on Sutherland, and Scarlo rims it out.
So now Sutherland brings the ball back up, and the Gophers are just doing a nice job right now of not giving easy looks to Concordia.
Daniels will go up. That one's no good. Everson the board.
And going up against the double team there, tried to split it, but just couldn't get the shot to go.
Lead back down to 7 as Madsen connects with the triple. Now Sutherland working the baseline. He'll go up and off the glass.
And, I mean, that's just an example by Sean Sutherland of being the better athlete right there, going up, under, and back over for the layup. And it's interesting right now with Willis off the court that Sutherland is taking the ball up rather than E.J. Stevens or Luke Lowy.
Now Lowy driving, he'll gather his own rebound, triple teamed in the corner.
He's got guys open.
There's Stevens, top of the key. Hits the front iron.
And another freshman checking in for the Gophers. Number 2, Abdoulaye Thiam. Really excited to see what he can bring to this team. He's brought a lot of energy off the court throughout the summer. See if that translates.
Thiam guarding Madsen in the corner. Here's Skeet as he enters the ball game again. Turns the ball over. Thiam now has it. Played last year at Indian State River College. He's going to try from long distance. It's off the...
And he's nice job there picking up the loose ball and finding an open man.
Eric Curry back in the contest.
Gophers are right there. They just need to cash in on those shots, and there Thompson does it. First Gopher basket in the career of Trayton Thompson. First collegiate basket. He is a freshman. One of the few on this team.
Lowy's going to pick up the foul for the Golden Gophers, but Eli, it'll be interesting to see with Thompson and both Eric Curry right now in the ballgame. How do you think they're kind of going to feed off each other and use their size?
They've got a lot of size, but you really got to remember that with Thompson, the size is a little bit misleading. 6'11", listed at 190, still's got some growing to do to fill out that frame. So right now I'd expect to see them using Thompson to get a size mismatch on the outside and then rely on Curry for some strength down low.
Thompson now defending baseline. This is off the glass, but Johns has it. That another one rims out.
And Eric Curry isn't happy about the call, but it's really tough to contest an offensive rebound and a putback from behind like that without drawing the foul defensively. Goes up and over Ormiston, and draws the foul, or commits the foul.
So Ormiston at the line. The freshman from South Carolina hits the first one.
Ormiston is listed at 6'8" on the Concordia roster, Johnny, but I'm not sure that that's entirely accurate. He looks about Peyton Willis's size.
I wonder what it'd be if he got his hair cut like John's too.
I don't think he wants to take any more height off himself.
So 9-point Gopher lead right now. We'll see who picks up the foul.
Already 6 fouls committed by Concordia St. Paul, so obviously on free throw watch approaching the bonus.
Willis will inbound. Thiam in the corner tries from deep, off iron.
Thiam's come in and made some nice effort plays getting loose balls, but has taken a couple erratic shots. He gets another steal here though and draws the blocking foul.
John was looking to find Caden Hoffman up at the top of the key. Instead, Thiam was there, snagged it. Hoffman picks up the foul.
Seems like every time, every possession you look and Thiam's right around the ball. And now he gets a shot from the charity stripe to get his first points at the Division I level.
Off the back glass. Johns with the board. Leads the Bears right now with 4 rebounds. He's now working on Jamison Battle going up off the glass. This one hits iron, won't fall.
Curry's got to grab that board with 2 hands on the first try. They're lucky that Lowy was able to come up with it before it went out of bounds.
Lowy with a lot of space. He's going to try from the wing and connects on the triple.
Nobody told Luke Lowy he's only supposed to be a defensive specialist. That was a deep 3-point shot that he just sank.
Madsen finds Ormiston now working on Lowy. He's going to try the jumper from 8 feet. That won't fall. Curry the board.
Willis is pushing here. He wanted to go right to the basket, but wisely, loses the ball there.
Jump ball will stay with Minnesota. in his first year, obviously in Minnesota, was an assistant coach, as we mentioned in the Open.
And obviously when you're a former player, I always wonder how much the coach sometimes wants to get back out there, especially when you see a player miss a layup. Maybe wish you as the coach could get back out there and show the young guys how to do it.
Willis kind of chuckling about it. He knows should have put that one in. Good move nonetheless down low to get the open look. Just clanks off iron.
And you like to see the Gophers getting open looks, even if they aren't necessarily cashing in on them early on. They got to figure some of the details out, but the fact that they're getting the looks they want, I think, is an encouraging sign early. And that they're forcing contested shots defensively.
Willis right now 3 for 5 from the field. Still at 8 points.
He has Battle wide open for 3.
There is Battle, and he connects on the triple.
Second triple for Jamison Battle, up to 8 points, tied with Peyton Willis for the most for either team. Nice defense by E.J. Stevens on that one.
And what have you seen so far, Eli, from Stevens? Obviously, it's been an early look, but.
Early look, he hasn't gotten a ton of looks offensively, but I like his passing. He hasn't turned the ball over, and he's just sticky defensively, man. A lot of these Gopher senior transfers coming in, you look at Stevens, you look at Lowy, you look at Battle. I mean, he's undersized, he's only 6'3", but we've seen him jump over much larger players for the Gophers.
Back after the timeout, here's Johns, top of the key, working on Eric Curry. He's going to use the glass.
Yeah, it looked like Eric Curry tripped over his own feet there, couldn't get quite set, and when you do that, it makes it that much harder to contest the shot. Nice play by Johns, too.
Curry working down low, is looking for Battle in the paint. Johns takes it away. Concordia pushing the pace. And we're going to have an offensive foul.
So Johns had a really nice sequence there going, the Aussie, and then he ends it with a charge. Off-ball offensive foul.
So Minnesota in the bonus. Concordia St. Paul with 8 fouls.
Nice
Lowy
move
now
by
driving.
Lowy.
And he's stopped. Wow, Johns with the swat.
Yeah, Johns, there's not a ton of size for Concordia St. Paul, but Johns certainly does bring a big frame, 6'8", 230. And if I was Luke Lowy, I wouldn't try to put up a floater over number 32's head again.
Coach Fletcher for the Bears not too happy. His team picks up another foul. It's Everson's first. Letting them hear it a bit as Battle will step to the free throw line.
Battle 2 of 2 from the stripe already tonight. Gophers 3 for 4 overall, so seems like this might be the guy they want on the stripe. 3 for 3.
And averaging obviously 17 points last year, as we mentioned. I mean, you expect him to be a big contributor offensively this season.
Oh yeah, and I think that's really going to add a dimension to the offense for the Gophers. They have a lot of guard. Peyton Willis is I think the clear-cut #1 option as a guard. And they've got some guys who all do some nice things. They are all good defenders. They're all good shooters, all good ball handlers and good passers. So they're really versatile. But then when you add in this stretch forward who can hit threes, can play physically, also plays good defense, has this big athletic frame, I think that could be a difference for the Gophers for sure.
Hoffman takes the inbound, Willis guarding him. And they're gonna attempt the three. Scarlo knocks it down.
Like to see Battle play that one a little bit closer. Looked like he took a step back as the shot went up. Ooh, nice find.
Lead back down to 14. Curry working down low. 15 to go on the shot clock. And good defense from the Bears. They create a turnover.
In that situation, when Curry's being double teamed, I'd like to see some more off-ball movement from the Gophers, maybe an off-ball pick, something to open up a passing lane. Curry had one guy on his hip, another guy behind him, preventing any sort of dribble move to the inside, to the baseline.
Stensgaard guarded by Sutherland. He's driving with the right. Sutherland's going to pick up the foul.
Looked like Stensgaard tripped over Sutherland's foot. Not sure if it was, obviously didn't look like it was on purpose or anything, but he'll still draw the foul. Play back underway.
Hoffman takes the inbound. Here's Charlo, who just knocked down the triple from that spot. Now Johns will try. Curry gathers the board. Stevens in the corner, thinks about it. Now Battle working, spin move, gonna step back. That one won't fall.
Nice move there by Battle, and you like to see the moves creating open looks. The next step, obviously, is just cashing in on those shots. Ooh.
And now Johns is gonna try again from deep. Suddenly it's an 11-point ball game.
And sometimes, Johnny, I think it's just about a will to score, a will to make things happen for your team. We asked ahead of the game, who are the big personalities for this Concordia St. Paul team? And Johns was the first name that came up. And we've seen that. He's been all over defensively, taking any shot he has available. Certainly not afraid of the moment here.
Johns with another key block. And another turnover. Sutherland steps out of bounds, and feels like Concordia St. Paul picking up some momentum.
On a 2:05 scoring drought, 0 for the last 4 field goals. Concordia St. Paul trying to take advantage.
Not only are the Gophers dealing with a ton of new faces, but Concordia, 7 freshmen on the team and 2 other newcomers. They have 9 total new faces on their roster.
And that's the kind of physicality I really like to see from Jamison Battle. Went up and grabbed that board.
Battle working
Open
on Everson.
shooters. Nice.
Battle down low, picks up or draws the foul and gets it to go.
That play, I'm not sure if they'll get credited with the assist. It looked like there might have been another pass, but that play, no, it should be the assist for Sean Sutherland. And what an assist it was, because he prevented a turnover on that play and then found Battle, who turns it into his 11th and 12th points of the night, opportunity to make it lucky number 13.
And so far, I mean, for the Gophers, it's been pretty clear when Battle's on the floor, the offense has run through him. Obviously, Willis has gotten a lot of looks as well, but when Battle's on the floor, you can tell he wants the ball.
Willis and Battle do seem to be options 1A and 1B offensively. And then they've distributed the ball well to the other guards.
Charlo's gonna try again from deep. He's got another one.
2 for 3 now from range.
.240 left to go in the first half. 35-24, Gopher lead. Battle step back, and he knocks it down.
Long two there. Yeah, looked up at the ref, saw him give the little signal, 2 fingers up. Oh.
Willis creates a turnover. He's gonna go up and slam it down.
And that gets a roar out of the student section at the barn.
And Everson now steps out of bounds, go for basketball.
That's the kind of body control that you need to maintain. You need to maintain that discipline, especially after a big play against you. Now a turnover gives the Gophers a chance to make it 4 for 4, because they're 3 for 3 on their last field goal, on their last 3 field goals out of the timeout. Ooh, turnover there though. Nice D by Stevens, staying with him.
Stensgaard's gonna draw the foul.
And I mean, I think that's a good foul by E.J. Stevens, honestly, Johnny. He stayed right with that play all the way to the rim, went straight up, and there's not really much you could do as a defender if that one gets called against you. You made the offensive player now have to hit 2 shots instead of 1.
Stensgaard picks up his 5th point of the ball game, 2 for 3 from the field.
And the fouls accumulating for both teams now. Double bonus one way, bonus the other. Be prepared, anyone watching, for a lot of free throws the rest of this half.
1:50 to go. Battle now in the corner. He's going to try the 3. This one's short. Rebound Bears.
Theam tried to go up for that one. Looked like he just mistimed his jump, but like to see a guard getting in the middle of it there. Nice steal now.
This one's right back to Theam. He's going to try the 3. That's no good. Battle reaches with the left, gets the board, slams it home.
Jamison Battle showing off the physicality there with the dunk, and that's 2 now for the Gophers in the last several seconds of action. Call goes on Theon there, but it looked like might have just been a slippery floor there that created the foul.
So Ormiston at the free throw line, 16-point Gopher lead. Right now, Elijah Ormiston, 4 points, 1 of 5 from the field.
And Concordia St. Paul they don't want any sort of fast break opportunity going against them. They're playing all 4 guys other than Ormiston, who's taking the free throws, back on the opposite 3-point line.
And Eli, obviously quite the challenge, Division II team playing a Division I team. What have you seen from Concordia St. Paul so far?
I think Concordia's hanging right there. You know, the scoreboard, yeah, there's a bit of a differential, but Concordia's showing that they can match the
lead out of the timeout. Daniels now down low in the corner. He's going to kick it to Theam. Theam goes behind the back, up and off the glass. What a bucket.
Showing off the athleticism there was Theam, his first points in maroon and gold. And now the steal for Theam.
Creates a turnover, driving on one. The finger roll, no good. Daniels tries to get the board. Johns ends up with it.
And that's a play where you're against 2 defenders as an offensive player on a fast break. That's a situation that Theam can learn from, and next time look for the outlet pass.
Caden Hoffman leading the offense, just 14 seconds to go. About a second differential between the shot and the game clock.
Yeah, Concordia wants to make sure Minnesota does not really have enough time to work with to get a shot off here.
Hoffman tries to run from long distance, no good. Theam turns it over. John's gonna try the prayer, and that one won't fall. So Minnesota ends the first half, the Golden Gophers that is, the 16-point lead.
Those open threes, drawing defenders into the paint and creating open looks.
Second half underway, Lowy defending, and an early bucket, this time from Stensgaard to kick off the second half.
Stensgaard up to 8 points, leads Concordia St. Paul 3 for 4 from the field.
Lowy played 4 seasons at William & Mary's before transferring to Minnesota.
Now Curry, nice.
Willis is gonna try the 3, that's no good.
I like the process, even though the results weren't exactly what the Gophers were hoping for there as the 3 falls for Concordia. But Eric Curry senses that he's being double teamed, finds the open look to Peyton Willis, and An open Peyton Willis is a look these Gophers will take all year long.
Curry, the offensive rebound, driving, and gets the bucket.
And that's Curry just saying, I want it more than you want to stop me. Puts the shoulder into the defense, goes up, drops it in for his third and fourth points of the night.
Stensgaard with all 5 Bears points so far this half. He kicks it to the right. Madsen now driving. The floater no good. Curry the board.
Curry up to 7 boards now. Leads both teams. Stensgaard though, 6'3", number 22 is first on his team with 6 boards.
Beautiful move from Peyton Willis to get to the rack. He's got 12.
Nice D by Lowy. Ooh.
Curry looked like that should have been a foul, but Ormiston kind of battles through contact there, gets it off the glass. What'd you think?
Surprised that that one wasn't an and one opportunity for Ormiston, honestly. Looked like Curry might have misjudged the distance between himself and the offensive player, and by the time he was slowing down, he already had his hip in the backside of Ormiston.
Willis will kick it to Lowy, and he knocks it down.
What'd I say, Johnny? They got to get Lowy. Looks from behind the arc. He's 2 for 2 from distance now. 2 for 3, excuse me.
Now Ormiston's gonna try. He drills it. Back and forth we go to begin the second half.
Can we see some perimeter defense maybe, Johnny?
So a 13-point Gopher lead, 51-38, 17-25 to go in the contest. Minnesota 3 of their last 3 from the field. Willis now directing the offense.
Bears doing a nice job switching defensively who's on who. And it leads to this turnover.
Ball gets turned over, shot clock goes off, it doesn't matter. And Stensgaard with the bucket, he's now got 7 just in this half alone. The lead is cut to 11.
11 points for Stensgaard, 13, excuse me, leads the team.
Curry spin move draws the foul.
Nice.
Right now, Eric Curry, 4 points. Makes it 5. He's 2 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, Curry really plays the part well of a 7th-year player. He's obviously incredibly intelligent on the court, and he has a fully developed physicality as well.
And just an inspiring career, just persevered through lots of hard injuries and tough rehab, but he's back, play with Ben Johnson.
He was an assistant coach for the team early on this summer before making the decision to take advantage of his remaining eligibility.
And teammates glow about him when just talking about Eric Curry, just his leadership on the floor, off the court.
Commits his 2nd foul there, but Gophers doing a nice job avoiding the official's whistle here so far in the second half.
Here's Skeet working on Battle, but he traveled.
I was gonna say, when that whistle blew, I wasn't sure if it was gonna be a foul or a travel, but it looked like either Skeet took an extra step or he was pushed from behind, so the official saw was that extra step.
Lead back up to 12. Both teams 3 of their last 3 from the field. Willis is going to try for 3. He gets it to go.
That's a tough shot by Peyton Willis there. He's holding the ball. He doesn't have anywhere to go. Picks up help from the screen and cashes in as we have a stoppage in play. Eric Curry lost his shoe. Took a rebound to the back of the head there. And number 15, Charlie Daniels, checks in for him.
That's a tough break from Curry. Loses his shoe from this side of the floor and then
hustles down to the other side, though. Does exactly what you're supposed to do.
And then whistle stops, and you mentioned
looks up and the ball hits him in the back of the head. Ooh, and that's before the shot, but an easy call on the Daniels there.
So Ormiston draws the foul. We're going to head to break. It's a 55-40 Golden Gopher. And they'll be back home.
Yeah, and you can see on the schedule, South Carolina or Princeton, that game depending on the result of a previous one in a little bit of a weekend tournament. Wow, I thought that one was going out of bounds for sure, but somehow it arcs back in.
Daniels with the block down in the paint. They're going to try from deep. Caden Hoffman connects.
Yeah, Concordia St. Paul got Caden Hoffman wide open there. The Gopher defense was drawn to the baseline, and once you're out of position defensively, there's not much you can do but pray that the offensive player misses the open look. He's got Willis at the top of the screen if he can find a passing lane.
Here's Battle, the point leader. Kick it to Daniels in the corner. The jumper, no good off the front iron.
I'd like to see them try to get Battle some more open looks. Haven't really gotten him going so far in the second half yet.
Here's Skeet working on Willis. Skeet goes up with the right. This is off the rim. Willis gets the board, pushing the pace offensively.
Nice clean D by Willis too. Skeet fell, but had nothing to do with Willis, who adds the exclamation point to that chain of events with the three-pointer.
Willis now 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. He's got 18 along with Battle for the game lead.
Gophers right now 9 of 21 from long distance. They have 3 players on the court, or now, yes, 3 players on the court in Lowy, Battle, and Willis with multiple three-pointers. All 3 of them shooting 50% or better from distance.
So Madsen inbounding. 20 to go on the shot clock.
Stensgaard's open in the corner if they can find it, but is that one on Willis? He was looking up in the air like he couldn't believe the call.
Either Willis or Daniels will get. Yeah, but it is on Willis, Eli.
So back-to-back penalties on Battle and Willis. Battle right now, 2 personal fouls, 2 for Willis as well. Something to monitor.
Hoffman now working. He's driving with the right through the lane. Stensgaard now, team high 13 points. Here's Johns with 3 to go. Ooh. This one is through Willis's legs. Stensgaard will try again. This rattles out.
Good instincts there by E.J. Stevens, just getting that little contest in there enough to disrupt the shot.
Lead up to 15.
Battle's open for 3 if they can find him there. Yep, there. Oh, guess he wasn't as open as I thought.
Stevens turns it over. Stensgaard, who's having a nice game, kicks it to Madsen. This is off back iron.
Yeah, 6 defensive boards for Stensgaard to go along with an assist and 5 steals. 13 points for him off 5 for 7. Field goal shooting. Nice move by Sutherland, but it doesn't go. Ooh, thought Daniels had a chance to get the putback there on the tip-in.
Stensgaard gathers the board. The Bears 0 for their last 5, just 1 of their last 7, haven't scored in over 2 minutes.
Johns is a size mismatch right now. The Gophers and Daniels don't really have the size to match him. See if they're able to take advantage of that, but they're not able to on this possession for the Golden Bears.
And Eli Willis really shooting it well from beyond the arc right now, 3 of 5. 7 of 11 from the field.
Thiam checks in for him now. Good opportunity to give the veteran point guard a rest here in this exhibition game. Nice ball movement by the Gophers. And Johns was giving Daniels that shot. I think he knows that that's not. They want for big number 15.
Sutherland able to drive, get to the lane, connect for 2. Now Lowy on the back end with the stuff. Fans getting excited. That was a big block. And Lowy, he's really done it all game long on the defensive end. Eli, you touched on that.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's like watching a couple carbon copies with Lowy and Sutherland. These couple of sticky defenders, these guards, number 12 and 24. Both of them have some hops. They can go up for those contested layups. They can go up for boards, and they can both go up and block shots as well. Lowy's been a nice contributor in this one. Seems like on successful possessions for the Gophers, the ball does move through one of those 2 guards' hands at some point during the play.
Battle working. That's no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up.
And Jamison Battle just got that big frame. Nobody can get close to him. Snags his own board and puts it back in with ease. And it's a little bit of a ticky-tack call against him there. It looked like he took a shoulder or elbow to the chin.
Yeah, he wasn't happy. Johns draws the foul. Minnesota, the Gophers, that is on a 7-0 run. There's another look at it.
And it looked like Johns for Concordia went into the shoulder and foot, and that made Battle sort of lose his footing, and that's what draws the foul. Nice. I mean, really, it's a nice job by Johns to draw that foul, attacking one shoulder rather than trying to go through the face of the defender, because that's how you get called for charges.
Johns right now up to 8 points.
And with that 8th point, he snaps a 7-0 run the Gophers had going over the past 2 minutes, 40 seconds and change.
Knocks them both down.
Trayton Thompson back on the court, so a couple freshmen in for the Gophers, mixed with these veteran guards.
Sutherland working, draws the foul.
Second foul in quick succession drawn by number 24. It's an underrated skill that you get from a veteran team. Players know what will get called, what won't. Sutherland generates another one against Concordia. Theon's open for 3.
He's gonna try it. This one hits the right side of the iron, no good. Lead still at 17 with 11:48 to go.
You know, I don't have much complaint with Theon's shot selection, but 1 for 7 and 0 for 4 from distance. Got to know where you are on the court and what you're able to provide on any given night.
No pass from Johns. It's an offensive foul.
Number 22. It's Danny Ogle entering play for the first time. Oh, nice recovery by Theon, but he's got to find a pass here. He has nowhere to go.
Theon working on the baseline. Sutherland able to come up with the basketball. Now Theon open in the corner. Just clanks out.
I'd like to see Abdoulaye Theon pass the ball a little bit more. It seems like every time he gets it, he's looking for a shot right away. And he's just jacking him up. He's 1 for 8, and 0 for 5 from behind the line.
Not a great start shooting for Theon tonight.
Ooh. Ogle was right there defensively, but didn't matter. Nice shot. Concordia is hanging right in there. The lead for the Gophers, it's been waxing and waning.
Lowy step back 3, no good. Johns with the board.
Now the lead down to just 14. It has been as much as 19. Dwindled as low as 7 or 8. Oh!
And Johns slams it home.
Yeah, that's a poster play for Johns. 11 points for him now.
And he's really done it all game long. I know the stat line isn't going to blow anyone away, but on both sides of the ball, he's really made his presence felt tonight.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't starting the beginning of this one as Lowy. Really nice effort play, but just can't keep the ball in bounds. But it was a nice defensive play as Lowy looks like he'll be replaced by Willis. We have Stevens entering as well.
This game, Eli, it's always felt comfortable for the Golden Gophers. Even with the 12-point lead, it still feels comfortable. But you can really sense the momentum here courtside and the energy coming right now from the Bears bench and the players on the floor.
Ooh, Sutherland, no, they will say that the ball went out of bounds before he recovered it. That would have been a nice chance for number 24 to change the momentum in a hurry. A fast break dunk would fire. Up this home crowd. I'd like to see them get the ball to Trayton Thompson. We've seen some shots from a lot of different players. Haven't seen much offensively yet from Thompson. He's 1 for 2 from the floor right now.
The Bears right now on a 7-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. Willis trying to change that. That's an air ball, no good. Hoffman the board. Can get it to single digits here right now with a 3.
Nice D by Sutherland there to force the pass back outside. Oh.
Willis is going to pick up the foul. He's looking at the replay on the board right now, but.
3rd for Willis, but you know, when you're generating 18 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, a steal, you know, you can handle a few fouls in there as well. He's really been between him and Battle, they have shown themselves to be the stars, at least offensively, for this team.
John inbounds. Gets the ball back, 12 to go on the shot clock, off his knee, now in the corner. Charlo, no good.
Oh, Curry just
keeps
rebound. Fighting. Nice job by Eric Curry there, just keeps the ball up and away from these smaller players for Concordia St. Paul, and eventually Sutherland's able to rally.
Now Curry working on the baseline, goes up to the rim. That's hanging up there forever, but it won't come down.
And Curry shaking his head, has to be frustrated. That one just sort of sat up on the rim and didn't seem to want to go anywhere else. Battle, nice D. And Sutherland, these Gophers just are, their hips are like mirrors.
Charlo in the corner, he's able to get it to go. Good battle between Charlo and Sutherland, but now the lead's to 10.
Yeah, leads to 10, an opportunity here for Concordia to cut the lead to single digits. Crowd getting involved here now, trying to help out their team.
Battle top of the key here, Sutherland now working.
He's got Willis open.
Sutherland baseline, he's gonna do it all by himself.
Wow. I swear, Johnny, sometimes I think these players just, they want it bad enough and they just kind of will it into existence. That shot looked like it had no business going in, but Sutherland's able to connect and get the lead back up to 12.
Ormiston from 3, no good.
Stevens moving quickly.
Stevens with the floater with one hand, knocked it down, lead back to 14 with 7.5 to go.
And it's been kind of funny hearing these, or seeing these Gopher players respond to the fans. Hear someone yell, keep up the pressure. Stevens drives right to the rim. Heard others shout, take the shot, before some missed 3-point tries. Like to see the Gophers making decisions less based on what the fans are saying.
Everson kicks it. Here's Charlo. Gophers force a turnover, so.
Not on the court right now, though, for Concordia St. Paul. Or excuse me, he is back on the court.
And Eli, you can tell from Minnesota, Peyton Willis really comfortable here playing at the barn. 7 of 12 from the field, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc as Jamison Battle tries a 3, that won't connect.
It's a good look, though. Battle was wide open. Gophers continuing to do a good job of passing until somebody's out of position defensively.
Here's Skeet back in the ball game. 14-point Gopher lead.
Nice active hands. Sutherland and Stevens tipped the ball away twice on that possession, but it doesn't matter.
As Madsen connects from beyond the arc, he's cut to 11.
His second 3 of the night, 2 for 5.
Stevens with 7 points so far tonight, 3 of 7 from the field. Willis thinks about it in the corner. Now Stevens will try, and the Gophers answer right back.
Stevens, now his second 3 of the night. He's 4 for 8 from the floor, up to into double digits now with 10 points. Gophers really nice, doing a nice job spreading the ball around. Battle has 20, Willis has 18.
Johns fakes the 3, now he'll go up for the 2, what a shot! Jamison Battle working on Johns, blocking foul called.
Battle lucky there to, I think, get the blocking foul. He really stayed with that play, almost lost his footing, and if the block hadn't been called, he might have lost control of that ball, but instead, Gophers get a chance to reset offensively. As Lowy replaces Sutherland on the court. And Caden Hoffman, junior guard, enters for Concordia St. Paul.
Willis will inbound, 12-point Golden Gopher lead, 5:33 to go. Eric Curry back in the ball game for Minnesota. Willis driving, he'll use the glass to his advantage and connect for 2.
Really nice job using the angles created by the glass to get around the defense and kiss one off and in. Nice D by Battle. Gets the board too, and Jamison Battle, just like, Lowy, Battle, Sutherland, Willis, these guys, their hips just mirror the Concordia players defensively, and it's really the key to sound defense.
It's been a fun ball game so far. Pretty back and forth. Gophers have had a pretty comfortable lead throughout the game, but back and forth offense so far with 5 minutes to go. Here, Willis will inbound again.
Yeah, if there's one thing, the Gophers have done a nice job forcing turnovers and forcing some low percentage shots, which Concordia has cashed in on, but.
An offensive foul called on Jamison Battle.
10th turnover of the game for Minnesota.
Battle's 3rd personal there, Eli.
Yeah, so both Battle and Willis, the 2 players who the offense moves through and who are some of the leaders offensively and defensively, makes sense that they're some of the players who are accumulating some fouls. They touch the ball a lot.
Quietly, E.J. Stevens now in double digits with 10 for the Gopher offense. And a nice jumper by Caden Hoffman.
And if I'm a Gopher fan, I'm not too worried about the fact that Concordia is able to put up points. Every team's going to be able to put up points. That's just how it's going to be in this sport. I like the way Minnesota, though, has dictated the flow of the game to make sure that even when Concordia gets on a run offensively, they're not able to get too close for comfort for the Gophers. The lead now, though, back down to 12 with just reaching 4 to play. If there's a time for Concordia to say, hey, you let us stick around too long and we're going to punish it, it would be now.
Less than 4 minutes to go here inside the barn. Battle working baseline. He's going to move to the glass with his left hand. Just makes it really look easy.
You see the move by Battle there. He gets his hips low, shoulders low, keeps the ball outside his frame, takes that long dribbling arc around the defender, finds a way to get his points number 21 and 22 of the night.
Here's Battle trying to connect again. Off the front iron, then it hits the glass, no good.
I don't blame him for taking that one. He was 3 for 7, now 3 for 8 from behind the three-point arc.
And Eli, we talked about coming into this ballgame. We both thought it was going to be Willis and Battle kind of throughout leading the charge offensively, and a deep 3 from Caden Hoffman.
Caden Hoffman, 3 for 5 from deep. down to an 11-point game. Closest I believe it's been since the first half.
And an offensive foul. It's going to be on E.J. Stevens. He's not happy. Willis in his last year with NCAA eligibility.
And Gophers have their starters in here as it's an 11-point game with 2:43 left.
Hoffman, who's been hot of late from three. He's going to toss it to the corner. Now Madsen will try. This is no good. Off of Eric Curry. Now bounces back to Caden Hoffman. Gets his own board.
Gotta keep two hands on that ball.
Ormiston working baseline with the left, gets it to go. We got a 9-point ball game.
When you give a team that many opportunities, second chances defensively, eventually Concordia St. Paul is gonna pay that off. Lead down to single digits now.
First time it's been in single digits this whole second half. Lowy's gonna try from the corner. This is no good. Stevens not able to come up with it as Madsen gets the board.
Johns is alone at the top of the screen. That's a size mismatch against anybody but Curry for this Gopher lineup right now. Oh, nice hands by Curry.
Hoffman turns it over. 1:43 to go here in Minneapolis.
This is the time where you want to take some air out of the ball. Use all that shot clock and try to add some cushion here late.
And Eric Curry working the baseline. What a bucket from the big man.
I don't know if it's just because he fell down after the shot, but that was an impressive make from Eric Curry. Seems like every basket he makes, he has to fight for.
Now Johns from beyond the arc. This is off the front iron. Lowy will get the board.
Nobody's given his nobody is taking his presence lightly. They're putting a lot of two guys on Curry basically all night, and he still has 7 points. Under a minute now. Gophers trying to close this one out with an 11-point lead.
And John's not happy, picks up the foul. We'll stop the clock, but Battle sent to the line.
Battle 5 for 5 so far from the stripe. Gophers 7 for 9 as a team. One miss earlier by Eric Curry, another by Abdoulaye Thiam.
Excuse me, that won't actually send Battle to the line.
Oh, it puts them in the bonus.
Puts them in the bonus. 48 seconds to go. 12 left on the shot clock.
I'd be shocked if the shot comes before there's less than 5 left on the clock. Oh, it does come, I guess.
I mean, Jamison Battle says it doesn't matter. Just what an awesome night in his Gopher debut.
Battle now, wow, up to 24. Off 8 for 15 shooting, but.
And Hoffman with a 3. Coach Mike Fletcher is going to use a timeout right there.
6 from Sutherland, 10 for Stevens. You're kind of keeping 2 of those 3 typically, or at least 1 of those 3 at a time on the court. And it's been effective as Concordia will be forced to play the tight press here.
No fouls. Looks like they're content just letting the clock tick out. Great ball game here tonight. I mean, really fun. 2 in-state teams battling it out. It's about a half-second differential between the shot and the game clock, but Willis content to take the last shot, and of course he knocks it down, just fitting the way the night's gone for Peyton Willis.
Peyton Willis, what a nice exclamation point to this performance.